Welcome to another episode of
Smiling while struggling.
And today we're going to talk about body dysmorphia. So stay tuned. But before we get into that fun stuff, how are you doing, Faith?
I am doing good, thank you.
I love that.
How about you?
I'm doing good, chilling. How's your day?
It's been good. I honestly can't really remember what happened. You put me on the spot. I drove.
Yes.
So that was fun.
Also, for some background, you guys don't know this, but Faith is learning how to drive so can get her G2, which
Literally.
means like her license to drive without someone in the car, I guess, right? To drive on your own in Canada. So yeah.
Yes, so I'm excited. I'm graduating from Passenger Princess soon, hopefully.
Finally.
And Sandra will graduate to Passenger Princess.
Literally, I can't wait. She's gonna drive me everywhere.
Yes.
I'm gonna bother her. I'm gonna be like, can you take me to Shoppers? Even though I can drive myself.
Yeah, so that's something that's exciting.
I love that.
How are you?
Beautiful. I'm good. I had a fun time with you. We had dinner before this, guys. And it was fun to chill and just kind of talk because Miss Faith has been really busy these days. Just nice to just kind of catch up with her and just like have dinner.
And Sandra baked
2
nights ago or last night, and it was really good. So.
Thank you. I didn't like it, but everyone else did. So it's giving body dysmorphia with food. Like, it makes no sense, but it's giving something related to that. But yeah, so let's get right into it. Also, body dysmorphia just stands for, like the BDD definition stands for body dysmorphic disorder. So, before I get into the symptoms and like things I dealt with, Faith, do you have any idea what body dysmorphia is? Or what is your idea actually of body dysmorphia?
Well, according to the web, it's like, no, I feel like I'm cheating because you just read me the definition. From what my idea of it before coming into this episode was just that it was when someone would fixate on like a specific body part, let's say, or a specific flaw, and it would take a lot of time out of their day to like kind of like just thinking about it or trying to do things to fix their perceived flaw.
That's true.
As well as worrying about what other people think and
yeah. That's true. And you could change your behavior just based on what people think of you. So for me, like my first idea of body dysmorphia before doing research and before knowing that I have symptoms of body dysmorphia, I am not diagnosed. Let's just put it out there, first of all. Started when I saw on TikTok, like the term used very lightly. It was like always like people, the gym community, because I love, looking at the gym rats and the gym community and what's cool and interesting. It's just fascinating to me. Anyways, so I saw that people always say, I go to the gym and it's like my body dysmorphia is constantly bothering me. And a lot of people would talk about it openly on TikTok, which honestly, it's really nice to hear because, it's not nice to hear that they're experiencing that, definitely, but it's really nice to hear it because it was kind of eye-opening and made me think like, oh, body dysmorphia. Because I would be at the gym too, and I would think, wow, nothing's changing. Wow. And then the next second I'll be like, wow, I look so amazing. And the next second I'll be like, no, I don't. So it was like a constant battle of that. And to this day, sometimes I struggle with that. And so from that, I was like, I kind of figured what it meant, but I felt what it meant. Like, I feel you, I hear you, but I don't know exactly what it was. So that's where I did some research on my own. And I figured that a lot of the things that body dysmorphia is a lot of the things I experienced myself. And I'm going to tell you some of the symptoms, Faith, and you tell me if you've experienced them. Fine. So, let's start, guys. You would over-exercise.
Yes. I remember actually Sandy and I used to be gym partners, exercise partners, and I would call her and be like, oh, we have to do this workout video, and then I'd be like, okay, but one more.
Yes, oh my God, when we were younger.
Unlocked, yes, when we were younger, and I would just drag her along with me. Like, let's do one more video. Like, we'll feel so much better about ourselves. And just, like, always pushing and pushing and pushing. I remember one time I was pushing myself so hard that I threw up while I was, like, working out in the middle of it. I had to get up. And then I went and continued. We were on the phone, actually.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I know. We were, like, muted.
I'm sorry.
Because we were focusing on the workout.
That's true.
But, yeah, that's something I've definitely done before. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember that day.
1 point for me.
1 point for you. I remember that day we did 4 video workouts of Chloe Ting. And if you know Chloe Ting, her workouts are no joke. And we were doing 4 of them at the same time. So that was not good for us. You would constantly check yourself in the mirror. Or avoid the mirrors. You could do either or.
Yeah, I feel like more recently it's been checking myself in the mirror. But before I would avoid mirrors a lot because it would just be a bit upsetting looking in the mirror and seeing the monster looking back at me. I'm joking.
You're very beautiful. The monster is beautiful. It's a hot monster. Anyways.
How about you? Was that something you
Yes, I experienced that a lot. I would obsess so much in the mirror and like to the point that like it takes so many hours of my day just looking in the mirror. And it also affected me getting ready. Like I was just like always look. And sometimes it becomes too much where like I don't want to look at the mirror. Like I just want to avoid it. But yeah, we're managing. Anywho, you also take so many pictures. I'm guilty of that. Are you?
No, I have the opposite where I avoid taking pictures. More recently, I've gotten into it with the help of Sandra.
Aw, and herself. She did the hard work.
And myself.
Period.
I've been working on taking more selfies specifically or just allowing other people to take pictures of me. But before, that was something where I would avoid pictures, or if there was a picture and I happened to be in it, I would like draw over my face with like the pen, like when you edit a picture, you know?
Oh.
That's what I used to do, but it's gotten better.
Yeah, she's slaying, guys. She's her. Yeah, you could either be really obsessed with taking pictures, which it was me for the longest time, just like take a lot of pictures, or you just don't want to take pictures at all, or you don't want to be in any picture, which also I experienced. You compare yourself to others a lot where like it interferes with your life. Have you done that?
Yes, I have.
Especially growing up on social media, I would see all these things like all these diet trends and all these models and these cool people that everybody's calling beautiful and whatever, and I would always compare myself and be like, oh, how do I look like that? Or do I look beautiful? Just because someone who looks like me is not on social media just yet, does that mean I don't look beautiful? So I used to think that when I was a little girl, but we've gotten way better and I don't compare myself to people anymore. I see the beauty within me. You always ask others if you look okay. Have you done that?
Before we started filming, I asked Sandra like 1,000 times, like, what do you think of my hair? Does my hair look good? Da, da, da. And yeah, beautiful. I do that all the... Thank you. I do that all the time.
Really?
And yeah, asking others for reassurance, especially like when I was younger and I wasn't really sure. No. Like, I couldn't really tell if, like, let's say my hair looked good or if my makeup looked good. I would ask other people because it would just be hard for me to kind of decide that on my own, I guess.
That's fair. It's kind of sometimes hard to see for yourself what you look like just because you're so caught up in your self-image that you don't know what you actually look like. That's how I saw it, at least. I would always ask my sister if I looked okay, which I'm so glad that I have a wonderful sister that I know for sure that she would be kind and not hurtful, or you know, she would be meaningful with her words. So yeah, shout out Sissy.
Sissy.
Literally. Also, I've fallen into the online trends of like diet culture and whatnot. Have you ever done that?
Yes, so many times. Another point, I lost count of how many points we like for the symptoms you were listing. But yeah, I have. Intermittent fasting was something that I've tried.
Yes.
Calorie counting with like the calorie deficits, and how surpluses aren't, you know, you want to avoid that. So I would like use apps where it was like you have 300 more calories left. And I was like, no. Like, literally, how am I going to survive?
No.
It's like 2 p.m. and I have 300 more calories.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be, yeah, like, there were different things that I would fall into,
Mm-hmm.
especially intermittent fasting. Like, I did that for a
Mm-hmm.
while. And I got this app, which at the time I thought was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But really, like, oh my gosh, it would just be like, oh, you're in this stage of
Oh,
intermittent
yeah.
fasting where your body is doing this and that
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. And then I would get so afraid of like falling back into like
Oh.
the old diet or the negative diet,
Mm-hmm.
which is just me eating mindfully, really.
Mm-hmm.
But I would just yeah, like the apps and the like just reading about it online and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like a bunch of different diets I tried because I just wanted to
That's
lose
true.
weight. So
That's fair. Honestly, I would be on that app. I would constantly check that clock. It would be like a clock running.
yeah.
Well, you have like 3 hours left. And if I eat before 1 minute is over, like before the 1 minute mark is over, I literally would hate myself. I'd be like, oh my God, I did it all wrong. I wasted so much time, la la la. I would literally be starving, but that minute isn't over, so I can't eat yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I've been also a victim of that. And also, do you ever feel anxious or depressed because of your body image?
Yes. Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
another point goes to me for that one. Because yeah, especially like when I was younger and I was still growing into my body and stuff
No.
like that, it was very hard. Like I remember there was a period of time where I would avoid looking in the mirror because I would just feel nauseous every time I did because I didn't really like what I saw in the
Mm.
mirror. So I would avoid mirrors, and every time I did like have to look in a mirror because like
Yeah.
eventually you're gonna have to look in a mirror,
Sure.
no matter how hard you tried to
Mm-hmm.
avoid it. It would just be like so like disgusting, like the feeling I would get. I would just feel disgusted looking at myself in the
Mm.
mirror, and it would make me so depressed because I'm like, damn, other people like they can't just avoid mirrors and not see me in a mirror, you know? Like I'm gonna be right there in front of them, in
No.
front of family members, friends, strangers, and it's like they're seeing this disgusting image that I'm able to avoid in mirrors, but it's like what are they thinking when they see that?
No, yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from. Literally, I'd feel the same. I'd literally look at myself and cry every time. And then I would be like, wow, everyone's looking at me. Everyone knows what I look like.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone sees me the same way I see myself. And yeah, I used to be really, really hard on myself because of that. But then when you realize you're actually beautiful and you're wonderful the way you are, things change. And, it's okay to feel that you're not enough or you're not
Mm-hmm.
happy with who you are or what you look like. But what's really important is that you realize that if things aren't healthy, you shouldn't be doing them and you should like seek the help that you need. I think like talking to Faith about it, I've been really open with her about certain things where I'm like, oh, I have this like calorie counting app, which she made me delete. So that was so sweet of her. And since then, I haven't downloaded it again because I don't want to break the promise that I made with her. Or did we make a promise?
We did, and you
Oh,
also
rip.
made that promise to yourself, which is the
That's
most
true.
important thing because it's not about,
Mm-hmm.
what I think or whatever. The main thing
That's
is
true.
like her health and how she feels about herself.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I realized that every problem or most problems have a solution. Like the calorie counting thing, there's intuitive eating. There's like eating whole foods. There's like avoiding certain like foods that maybe won't make you feel the best or not even avoiding it completely, but like having some
Cutting
of it,
back.
but cutting back or like having like a filling meal and then seeing how you feel after, and if you want that sweet treat, you could still have it. Like it's just being so kind with yourself and not being too hard on yourself, We're all our harshest critic. So,
Mm-hmm.
anywho, I would also like compare myself to randos at the gym to the point where I realized the gym is for me, not for me to compare myself to other people. Like I remember I'd like look at people and be like, wow, they're so beautiful. I wish I could be like them. To the point where I started looking at the ceiling or at the ground, so that way I could ground myself. No puns intended. Um, And then I have a different outlook on life where like when I see people that are really beautiful or really healthy, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I'm happy for them. Um, and then I also look into like myself and be like, oh, these are the things that I'm amazing at, and I'm so proud of myself that I'm doing better. So yeah, have you ever compared yourself to people at the gym?
Um,
Mm-hmm.
y- well, normally I'm
Mm-hmm.
like too anxious at the gym, like
No.
to like I don't really look around a lot. I kind of try to like you said, look at the ceiling or the ground, not
Mm-hmm.
because I'm avoiding comparing myself, but mostly because of my social anxiety.
No.
So I don't. I mean, sometimes I'll see someone like really like working hard at a machine, and I'm like, damn, that person looks confident.
Mm-hmm.
They're really doing it.
They're them. They
They're
got
them.
this. Yeah.
And I
Mm-hmm.
will compare in that regard,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
Anyways, I used to not like the way my teeth looked, and people would make fun of them, and this and that, and people would be like, "Oh, you look like you broke your tooth. Did you fall on your face when you were younger?" And accurate, I did fall on my face, but that wasn't because that wasn't like the reason my teeth look that way. And then I just like slowly I look in the mirror and just like breathe and look at my teeth and be like, you know what? They look beautiful. Like my teeth don't have to be super straight and super white and this and that. I'm taking care of them and that's all that matters. So it takes a lot of time to look in the mirror and accept who you are. The first step is for me, did you want to say something?
No.
For me was to accept what I look like, and that took a long time, just accept it. And then from there I built confidence and self-love where I look in the mirror and I'm like, you look beautiful, you look beautiful, you look beautiful. Self-affirmations, people. I know this girl made fun of me for it. But it works. It genuinely works. Yeah.
Not for everyone. Like for me personally, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work. I feel like I don't know, it's too positive for me, which I know sounds like a bit dumb because it's like it's affirmations, of course it's positive, but it's just a bit it's something that doesn't really work for me personally, so
And that's okay. Not everything's gonna work for everyone, but this is what personally helped me, and I think a lot of people sleep on it. Like, saying things that are kind to yourself will actually help yourself. Like, it will, kind of alter what you think in your head. If you keep saying positive things to yourself, you're gonna believe it. If you keep listening to positive music, you're gonna feel good. If you keep listening to positive advice, you're gonna implement it in your life and it's gonna work out positively. Like, I think a lot of positivity in your life doesn't do harm. Maybe it doesn't work the same on everyone, but it wouldn't do harm. Like, listening to happy music, I'm sure would make you happier or maybe calmer. But listening to sad music, it'll make you sadder. And especially if you're in a sad state. Like, personally, I've listened to music where it was really sad and it made me cry. What else can we do, Sandra, that's a professional can help us? So there's something called CBT, which is cognitive behavior therapy. If you watched our episode on social anxiety disorder, we also highlighted more what CBT is, which check that episode out after you're done this one, bestie. Something we heavily spoke about last episode. We spoke about CBT therapy, really helpful. It helps rewire your brain and how you think. And so that's something you can definitely talk to a professional about. You could also just seek a professional for therapy or even talk to a professional about medication. I know anxiety and depression medications could help. Something that's also more helpful is talking to a friend. So speaking with Faith a lot of times helps me. Unfortunately, I yap my heart away, which is beautiful with the right people. So yeah, you could always have someone to talk to if you do have someone to talk to, or even, a hotline. You could speak to a professional who could help you, who could just simply listen. I think when people listen, that means a lot to me personally, and it helps. And just start out by saying, okay, what do I need right now? What do I need this second? Like, I don't feel good about myself. Body dysmorphia becomes a thing where it's interfering with your life and with your daily choices and your daily habits and routines, then it's definitely something worth speaking to a professional about. Something else that's worth noting, it's not your fault. It's completely okay to feel that way. And a lot of the times it could be like someone else in your family who experiences body dysmorphia, and you happen to experience body dysmorphia as well because of that. It could be outside reasons. It could be your environment at home. It could be your environment at school. So a lot of things affect you, and a lot of people have different standards and ideas of beauty.
Yeah.
And what society gets to say is beautiful is not necessarily a one size fits all, you know? So, you're beautiful the way you are.
So, I remember for me, like, it was very bad, like, my insecurities, especially with my face and the way I kind of saw my face, I guess. Like, I thought I was the most hideous thing on the planet, and like, it would come to the point of me avoiding mirrors or taking pictures, whatever it was. I would just, like, when I would talk to people, I'd kind of, like, look down a bit so that they wouldn't have, like, a straight on kind of view of my face. So, like, it's definitely gotten better. I mean, now we're doing this, and before
Literally.
I couldn't take pictures, I couldn't be in pictures, but now I'm able to do this. And I'm sure the same goes for you. Like, it's hard because insecurities come and go.
That's true.
And it's like whack-a-mole, kind of like you get rid of one and then like more come up.
Literally.
So it's never possible to get rid of all your insecurities. I always thought like, oh, I have this one insecurity right now, and if I get rid of it, then I'll be the happiest person on earth, and I'll be so grateful, and I'll be so happy, and so whatever. And then as soon as I get rid of the insecurity, another one comes and takes its place. And it's something that takes work.
Definitely.
It's not something that, you know, one day you'll be insecurity free. You just have to learn to be okay with the fact that there may be some things that you don't like about yourself, but it's not the end of the world. And I know it's hard when you're in that place where it really does feel like everyone's eyes are on you and they can see exactly what you're seeing and how awful whatever is that you're noticing. But like, it's normal to have insecurities. Beauty standards don't define what beauty actually is.
Absolutely.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and I
Literally.
know that that's said a lot, but it really is true. Like, there will be some things like there will be some things Sandra maybe points out, like, oh, hey Faith, I don't like my glasses. She doesn't say that, but I'm just using her as an example. And in my eyes, they could be the most beautiful glasses ever, which they are very beautiful glasses. Thank you. So it's, everyone has a different idea of what beauty is.
Absolutely.
And for me, what helped is putting into perspective, like, okay, let's say I was insecure about my glasses, my non-existent glasses.
She has ones, guys.
I do have them, but I'm not wearing them. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I would just think, like, I'm very grateful that I can afford glasses and that my glasses are, like, my right prescription. You know, they aren't, like, old glasses that don't fit my prescription anymore. They're new. They work. Like, I have them. And so I know sometimes that can also lead into a path where it's like comparing, like, oh, I have no right to feel this way because some people don't have glasses. No. That's not, like, you have to find a balance, but it's just trying to be grateful for, like, okay, I do have glasses and they're very helpful for me. So I'm just grateful that I have something that can help me out. And also trying to find that balance of putting things into perspective, but not putting them in a way where you're comparing yourself and putting yourself down. So
Absolutely.
That's something that helped for me when affirmations didn't really help, because I wanted something that was a bit more, I don't know. I know it sounds bad, but less positive. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but for me it was a bit too positive where it felt like I was, like, sugarcoating everything for myself, and I just wanted something a bit more realistic. So
that's fair.
There's not that affirmations aren't realistic, but for me, I was in such a bad place where I was like, I'm literally lying to myself if I say that my glasses do look nice. like, I don't want to lie to myself. So trying to like count my blessings, I guess, and see what I'm grateful for. Focus on the things that I do like about myself. And not only looks wise, like personality wise. So understanding that we can't control everything, even like no matter how much time we spend looking in the mirror or like trying to fix whatever our perceived flaws are. We can't fix them, so we have to try to work towards accepting them.
Also, other than the affirmations, what helped me a lot was treating myself like someone I love. Like, if it's like going out to the park and like just like playing on the playground, because I love doing that. If it's like going to a restaurant, eating my favorite meal by myself with no rush in the world. Acts of service is one of my love languages, so I just use it on myself. Uno reverse it on myself, you know? If that's how I love others, I can also love myself by doing the same things. If I really hate myself and I'm not kind to myself, why don't I start being kind to myself? Because it's never too late. And also, why not? I deserve all the love in the world that I give out. In the beginning, I was really anxious going out by myself, because like culturally, it's like you're alone, like you have no friends. What's wrong with you? But but then I just got like really really confident in it. Sometimes I do feel anxious because I have anxiety. You know, a lot of us feel anxious. It's okay. But you know, going places where like I go with Faith sometimes, like this taco bar that I really like, and I really love their food, and I go with Faith usually, but then I go for myself too because I love to treat myself.
And because she's tired of me.
No, she's the one tired of me. She barely hangs out with me, guys. Let's let's not start there. Let's not start there. You're gonna get a fight on camera. I'm joking. I love her. But yeah, so things like that. Just be kind to yourself. Go on a walk. Enjoy nature. Look at the trees. Look at the beautiful animals. I know Faith loves animals, and I'm an animal hater.
And that's why I love Sandra. I'm joking. But
that was crazy. But thank you. I'm glad.
But another thing, be mindful of, let's say, how much time you're spending in the mirror, how
that's true,
how much you're comparing yourself to others, how many pictures you're taking of yourself. Try to be mindful of these things and work on smaller goals. Like, okay, I usually take X amount of pictures a day. Let me try to cut it down a bit. Let me try to take less slowly until I don't feel the need to always be taking pictures. Maybe I can work on taking less pictures and eventually taking them when I want to, not when I feel like I need to. So
exactly.
Be mindful of the little behaviors that make up this
obsessive behavior.
Yeah.
Or harmful behavior. Like, for me, you won't believe this, but I have 19,772 pictures.
I believe it.
Some can... I love that. Some can call that self-obsession. I call it self-love. But also, we gotta tone it down. Like, it's good to love ourselves and be kind to ourselves, but it's also good to, you know, not obsess over ourselves, which is something I fell into the trap of doing, so.
And I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum where I have barely any photos, and most of them are ones that are like memes that were sent to me on WhatsApp or something. That's my camera roll. That's my gallery.
Literally. So. Who sent you the memes?
You.
I'm the best memer ever, guys.
But yeah, so it's like to both ends of the spectrum, we need to find the middle ground. Literally. And it's okay if it takes us time, but like we just want to be mindful of like what the things are that we want to work on, and eventually we'll get there by setting like smaller goals and eventually reach the big goal.
One thing we have to ask you guys, which background do you guys prefer better? This one, the one with the greenery in the background, or our original background?
From like the first to third episode, that background.
Yeah.
Or the fourth one, or this one.
Literally. And we would love to know if you have any questions or anything you want us to talk about, because we're kind of running out of topics, even though it's the 5th episode.
Constructive criticism only, please.
Please. And roast us in the comments. Roast us. We love roasting. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope that you guys are doing well.
Yes.
And if you have any questions or anything, leave it down below in the comments. Hit that like button, please.
Yes, share and subscribe.
Yes. And hopefully this video was insightful in some sort of way. You could relate to some, I mean, I hope you don't relate to it, but hopefully, you know, you found something that you could take away from this video. And it has been Faith Spinell and
Sandra